comic book fans, this is your friend the Fast and Comic Guy here, and today I want to make a video on what I plan on doing with some of my key issues of comics for 2021. So basically I'm going to show you some comics I plan on just getting graded, some that I plan on getting clean and pressed that I hope will be, CGC will have a artist or an illustrator that worked on that particular comic, in which case then I will send that one in that is already ready and clean and pressed and ready to go, and get it autographed and come back as a signature series comic. And I also want to show you a comic that I want to get custom cover done. So yeah, let's get right to it. So currently in the works, I have one that I just sent in to get autographed by Joe Rubinstein, and it is my Superman number 123. Last video I showed you guys 9.4 I had. Well, I also had a second one that was ungraded. So this one was actually in a sealed plastic bag, and by sealed I mean it was actually like factory sealed and everything like that, meaning it was never actually opened, and it was in a factory sealed bag that was also in bag and boarded like 2 times. So this one should, in theory, be a 9.8. So if it's not, I'm going to be very disappointed. My last one should have been a 9.8, but I probably had a CGC grader that was not having a good day. And I also have in the works, just for grading, Batman Beyond number 1 and a She-Hulk number 1. They just got clean and pressed. The guys that did the She-Hulk said that one was very, very bad shape and needed a lot of extra tender love and care. So hopefully maybe a 5.5, maybe a 6. We'll see what I get when I make the video on that one when it returns. So right now CGC just announced that Humberto Ramos is doing a signing, and he worked on Amazing Spider-Man number 4, and I just so happen to have Amazing Spider-Man number 4. This is the first appearance of Silk. This comic is very hot right now, and I thought that would be a very good investment to get him to sign it and all that fun stuff. So, oh, that went upside down. There you go. Right side up. So yeah, hopefully that will be a 9.8. I'm going to send it in to get clean and pressed. Like I said, when I read my comics, I read them very carefully, and I think, like, sure, once in a while someone does have a mistake, but I'm hoping I didn't have a mistake when I was reading this one. You know, like when you're reading it and your dog jumps on your lap and you're just like, and then it like bends and you're just sad face afterwards. So the next ones here are just going to be ones I'm just going to get cleaned and pressed, and hoping that someone that is there will be signed, to send in to get signed. So that would be this one. This is the Uncanny X-Men number 221. This is the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. Now actually, one of the guys, I believe it was Chris Claremont, he is actually there right now, and he was doing a CGC sign. This would have been a really great one for him to sign, but the only reason why I had to pick and choose between the Superman or this one, and I figured I'd probably have a higher chance at the grade with the Superman, because this one I didn't have time to get it cleaned and pressed beforehand. And so yeah, that's the only reason why this one isn't on its way to get signed right now. Another one is this Uncanny X-Men number 109. This was back in 1978. This is the first appearance of Vindicator. It is also, but he actually called himself Weapon Alpha. I really love the cover. I call this guy basically Canadian Captain America. You know, he's punching Wolverine in the face, which is not that cool because, you know, he's also Canadian. He's an Albertan Wolverine. And so yeah, I want to get this one cleaned and pressed. Actually, this one was also done by Chris Claremont, and this is the one I was definitely I tried to get it right before, because the guy that I give my comic books to get signed, he told me, okay, you have to get it to me by this day. I told him, oh crap. So I was looking up key issues, and this happens to be one that I actually did like. It wasn't in my collection, so I went on eBay, bought it, and it came like 2 days after he sent in his shipment for the comics. So unfortunately, but I would have wanted to get it cleaned and pressed beforehand anyway, so I'm going to send it in and get it cleaned and pressed probably this week. Now we got Marvel Spotlight number 32. this was actually back in 1977. This is the first appearance of Spider-Woman. I don't see it getting a really high grade, but like maybe a 7, but maybe with a press and cleaning, maybe an 8. And hopefully with those, it would get a good, it'd be worth signing. This next one, Thanos number 13, the first appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now, when this one came out, there was also a lenticular that came out where it was like a holographic cover, and I actually do have that one signed. It even says on there Cosmic Ghost Rider for life, and it is authenticated. Actually, I have 2 of them. I have one that's unauthenticated, that's like just raw, and the guy signed it on the inside, and then I have one that is authenticated. And for some reason, that particular one isn't worth as much money as this one would be if it was graded. And in order for me, which was funny, because in order for me to get the lenticular cover at the time, I had to buy the regular cover. That was the stipulation my comic book store owner had. He said, in order for you to get the fancy cover, you have to buy the regular one that no one wants. So I just happened to see that I actually still had this one in the box, so I thought I should get it clean and pressed and ready to go. And actually the writer for that one shows up to CGC pretty frequently. And next one, we got Daredevil number 270. This is the first appearance of Blackheart. I just think this one would just be a good cover to have. I like the way the cover looks. I like the character Blackheart, you know, Satan's son, basically. Getting it autographed would make a definitely nice key thing to have. And then I have this newsstand, Darkhawk number 1. First appearance of Darkhawk, and it being a newsstand, it's in really good shape. I thought getting that thing autographed and signed would be a good one also. Strange Academy number 1. Now, Humberto is actually, he did do the illustrations for this one. Now, this is actually the Scotty Young cover variant. So if Scotty Young is there, I'm going to send this one in to get autographed by him. I'm hoping that since Humberto is there, maybe they might announce Scotty Young like in the next week or so, saying, Scotty Young, get an autograph from him and Humberto at the same time, in which case I'll get him and Humberto to sign this one together. Cover A is worth a little bit more than the Scotty Young variant, but I'm actually a really big Scotty Young fan, and I just love the way he does all his comics. And personally, I think that one's a lot better cover than the original anyways. Then I got the Spectacular Spider-Man number 64. And this one was back in 1982. This is the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger. And I got that for Christmas from my girlfriend. And I would just like to get it clean and pressed and ready to go in case one of the artists or illustrators shows up to do a signing for that one. And we got the Web of Spider-Man number 118. This is a newsstand edition. It is in pretty good shape. We figured it's possibly a 9.2 right now. This is the first appearance of the Scarlet Spider. One of my favorite heroes in the comics. I hope they bring him back. They're finishing up the Venom one run right now. And I hear, which makes the current artist and the writer open for a new series to work on. I think it'd be really cool if they did the Scarlet Spider. But I hear they're just going to do regular Spider-Man, who could use a reboot. So those are the ones I'm just getting clean and pressed and ready to go. Like just ready in case someone shows up during the year that I can get them to autograph. This one right here is Symbiote Spider-Man number 1. Now it's a blank cover. I'm going to contact Nate Jones, who's done work on Boulder's Gate. He's done 3 custom covers for me over the years, and he does amazing work. I'm hoping, I've already contacted him, I threw him the idea, and he said he would be more than happy to when he is not so busy. So hopefully maybe in the next couple months I can send him this cover and he will do a Spider-Man cover for me, because every year I like to get at least one custom cover done, and I figure he lives up in Edmonton, not too far away from me. I figure it might not be a bad idea. I will also get it, once it's done, I will get CGC graded. I won't care about the grade, I just want to get it graded just to protect it and encapsulate it. What I wanted to do, I have a little bit of a request. I want to do a homage to the Web of Spider-Man number 32. It's basically Spider-Man when he was wearing his black costume, and there's a gravestone behind him and he's coming out of the grave. It was one of my favorite covers when I was a kid. It was probably one of the ones that actually got me started liking Spider-Man, liking comics in general. So that's actually one of the things I kind of want to do. If I'm at a comic convention and I'm able to get one of my favorite artists to do a custom cover for me, I'm going to, if possible, get them to see if they can do their own version of that particular cover, because I think that'd just be really great. So these ones are just going to be graded. I'm just going to send them in to get graded. So this first one coming up is Tales of Suspense number 50. This is the first appearance of the Mandarin. This is an incredibly, horribly conditioned comic. I mean horrible. Like, I'm amazed that the cover is still attached with the staples. Horrible. Like, there's like creases everywhere. It is in really bad shape. I would figure maybe a 0.5. I don't think a clean and repress could do anything for this. I don't think a clean and repress would. I might send it in and get a clean and press just to flatten out some of the little, like the little, like, you know, get it like nice and straight, you know, the little pieces that are kind of bent on the edges and everything like that. But my gosh, this thing is in just horrible shape. It would definitely be cream pages, not even like off-white pages. It'd be like cream pages. But yeah, I just want to get this one done just because it is the first appearance of the Mandarin, and it is from 1964, and I got this thing for 15 bucks. So yeah, 1964. I just think it'd just be kind of a neat comic to have encapsulated and protected, and that way it can't at least get any worse than what it currently is at. And like, I don't think it would get a restored. Like, yeah, this thing is an amazingly horrible shape. I'm actually looking at it right here. Like, this is like all not even like, this is all gone right here, and the staples like right here, so it's just hanging on by a thread. So I'm not even sure. I bet you if I sent it in to get clean and pressed, the guy would look at it and be like, I can't do anything with this. I don't even want to touch it because it might fall apart on me. So yeah, that's just one I'm going to send in, just more for, not for value or anything like that. I think I spent like 35 bucks on it. Like, that's how horrible shape it's in. So the next one here is the Batman Beyond number 37. This is the first appearance of Batwoman Beyond in the comic books. I like the cover. It actually has Batwoman Beyond, as you can see on the cover, and I think it would be a great one to have. I'm not sure if it will get a 9.8. I'm hoping a 9.8, but with my luck, it will probably be a 9.6, just because it's a black cover and everything on there is, well, as you can see there, black covers are hard to get a high grade on. So this one here, we got the Secret Wars number 2 variant cover. Now this is actually the first appearance of Gwenpool. Like, officially, first cover appearance of Gwenpool does not appear on the interior. So what happened was, I think this was like her first like appearance at all involving comics, and then people thought, that's a really cool character, you should put her in a comic book, and then they threw her in Howard the Duck. I think that's how it happened. And I could be wrong, could be the other way around. She could have been in Howard the Duck and people thought she was so awesome, they just threw her on there. But no, from what I heard at the time, it was, they made this cover, they're like, who the heck is that? And they're like, just some random comic book character that we made look like Deadpool. We're calling it her Gwenpool, as in like, so I think they call it Gwenpool because, you know, Gwen Stacy plus Deadpool equals that. So that's what they did. Although her actual character in the comic books is completely different. She has nothing to do with Gwen Stacy at all. So the next one here is the Invincible Iron Man number 7. This is the first cameo appearance of Ray Williams, and it's a really hot book right now. Ray Williams, the Iron Heart, is, well, I don't think she's really doing too much in the comics right now. Like, she's there, she's in the Champions, but yeah, she's not really doing anything. But because they consider her a minority and a young kid, her comic is extremely expensive. So I thought I'd get that one graded and ready to go. But you can't do that one without doing the Invincible Iron Man number 9. This is her first full appearance, and basically her in a version of the Iron Man armor. Like, not really Iron Man armor, but like, she made it in school. Not really a big fan of the character. Basically, she is supposed to be some kind of super genius, and she made an Iron Man suit in her dorm room from like random parts around the school that she kind of stole. So, kind of an unbelievable story. But, you know, there's not really any backstory to her. Like, they did try to throw a little bit of backstory to her, like her father's been murdered and from like a gang shooting and stuff like that. Her best friend died again in like a drive-by shooting. So yeah, they got like a whole bunch of things like that. Trying to make her give her, but there was one thing I did like. She was Queen of Liberia for a time, which I thought was really cool. I was like, that's cool. Especially when S.H.I.E.L.D. was like, so what are you going to do? Because she's like, I kind of became the Queen of Liberia. And they're like, yeah, you can't be the Queen of Liberia. She's like, well, it kind of just happened when I was stopping a terrorist organization that was currently in charge. So I guess when she stopped the terrorist organization, she ended up becoming the Queen. And so, but she was like, S.H.I.E.L.D. thought she would try to stay the Queen. This is Mercs with the Mouth number 7. This is the first appearance of Lady Deadpool, the Deadpool Kid, and even, I believe, yeah, Major Deadpool. I actually did like the series for Merc with the Mouth, and I do like Lady Deadpool. I kind of hope that they would bring her back. I like the Deadpool Corpse, the whole Deadpool Corp storyline that they have, where they had the Deadpool head, they had Kid Deadpool, they had a Deadpool dog. Like, I think it'd be really cool if they brought that team back, because yeah, they were in space, and yeah, it was a pretty funny story arc that they had at that time. Then I got Agents of Atlas number 1. This one's just got a whole bunch of first appearances, like Arrow. Unfortunately, they gave Arrow her own comic book series that I think started out pretty decently, but they kind of teetered off, because I was even talking to my comic book store guy, and I said, hey, I need to get the last issue. And he's like, yeah, everyone like canceled that thing like months ago. So yeah, he's basically ordering the very last issue just for me. So I'm the only person in his store that's getting it. So I think it started off strong, the series, but unfortunately, I don't think they're probably going to renew it. They might throw her in like another team, but probably maybe another. I think she might be in the Agents of Atlas team. And last but not least, Amazing Spider-Man number 654. Now, this is the first appearance and origin of Flash Thompson as Venom. This is Agent Venom, the really cool Venom. Like Eddie Brock, he's been a great Venom, but I really enjoyed Venom when it was Flash Thompson and it was Agent Venom. I think it was just because I liked the uniform that he was in. It was like, you know, tactical. You know, it looked like body armor and stuff like that. And with regular Venom, it just looks like the Spider-Man suit. So yeah, I just really liked Flash Thompson in it, and I'm hoping that someday, because you know, maybe not everyone's dead in comic books, maybe they might try to bring him back, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But yeah, Agent Venom was probably one of my favorite characters, so this one I would love to get encapsulated. And it's actually pretty cool. I do like the Scorpion. It's a pretty cool cover anyways. So guys, that is what I have planned for the entire year of possible gradings hopefuls for signings in the comic from CGC, and we will see what happens. This is all just for investments, hopefully, that when I get older, they'll actually be worth a little bit more money. So later on during the year, I will make another video, and when I get some of them back, and we'll see how things are going. Anyways, thanks guys. I really appreciate you guys for watching this. I appreciate all the likes. If you have a comment below, please keep it nice below. And I do try to reply to all of them too. So have yourself a good one. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate every view I get. Please leave a like below. If you liked what you saw today, please hit the subscribe button on the left and check out one of my other videos on the right. And remember, keep it comics.